Have you ever felt tired of putting in so much effort and still feeling like money is never enough? Have you experienced that cycle of trying to save, of making cuts, restricting yourself, but by the end of the month, everything slips away? I've been there, and I know how draining that is. On the outside we smile, but inside there's a silent fear of never getting it right, of always coming up short. It was only when I stopped, breathed, and looked more kindly at my money that everything began to change. Today I want to share with you 9 silent financial habits that sabotage your financial life, and most importantly, how you can turn the tables gently, feasibly, and transformatively. Without guilt, without haste, with love for yourself. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That helps us a lot to keep bringing valuable and free content to you and many others. Learning about finances can transform your life. When I started studying, I discovered valuable insights that changed my perspective on money. One of these lessons came from the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, which deals with the essence of financial freedom. He describes 2 distinct ways of dealing with expenses. The first, adopted by many, is the habit of the poor or less fortunate. They pay themselves last. That is, after receiving their salary, they prioritize bills like rent, phone subscriptions, social commitments, and save whatever is left, if anything. The second, the method of the wealthy, reverses this logic. They pay themselves first. They take at least 10% of what they earn and immediately deposit it into savings. Imagine changing this approach and setting aside 10% of your salary right at the beginning of the month. That would be the ideal percentage, but if you can't yet, save even if it's $5 per week. It's the gesture. It's the move. It's the energy you send out to the universe saying, I am also a priority. It may seem difficult at first, but it is a crucial step in building your wealth and achieving financial freedom. This core practice ensures that you are investing in yourself before any other expenses. Treat it like paying an extremely important bill. By adopting this mindset, you will be laying a solid foundation to reach your financial goals. Moreover, by paying yourself first, you should save enough to have at least a 6-month emergency fund. After that, you can start using the extra money saved to build your investment fund and explore new opportunities. Second bad habit. Getting used to bad debts nowadays. Debt seems to have become normal. People resort to credit even for small things. Gifts, clothes. But I have a personal rule. If I can't pay for something immediately and in cash, I shouldn't buy it on credit. Credit card companies want you to have financial problems, as that's how they profit. The average credit card interest rate is 22%, which negates any benefit or reward they may offer if you don't pay the full amount. It's important to understand that the path to financial freedom involves avoiding unnecessary debts and striving for a healthier financial life. Third bad habit. Not knowing your income and expenses correctly. If you don't know where you're starting from, how will you know where you want to go? There is something called lifestyle inflation, where your expenses increase as your income increases. It's a cycle. You earn more money, buy a bigger house, a better car. Financially conscious people know what their assets are, their debts, and have clear financial goals. They know exactly how to achieve those goals. These people are much more likely to build wealth than those who just dream about money but have no idea how to get it, how to plan for it, or how to manage it. And you can do this very simply. It can be a notebook and pen, a spreadsheet, or even a mobile app. The important thing is to know everything that comes in and everything that goes out. Knowing your finances and seeing the numbers clearly can motivate you to take action and lead to better financial management. Fourth bad habit. Buying for emotional relief. How many times do we buy to relieve something that is hurting? stress, loneliness, boredom. But that new peace, that delivery order, only fills for a moment. Then comes the emptiness and the guilt. Solution: find new forms of comfort. Hot tea, bath with essential oils, an afternoon reading something nourishing. Pleasure doesn't have to come with a bill. Fifth bad habit: believing that saving alone is enough. You cut the coffee, you cut the snack, you cut the TV, and yet the account is maxed out. Because saving is important, but that alone is not enough. Earning more is also part of the way. You have gifts, you have talents, put it out into the world. Cake that you make, class that you can teach, an idea that has been stored for a long time. Creating income is creating power. Sixth bad habit: not understanding the weight of taxes. Almost no one talks about this. But taxes consume a large part of what you earn and will be the biggest expense of your life. And you have the right to understand how this works, knowing that there are legal ways to pay less, to protect what is yours, to plan better. Learning about the system is protecting yourself from it. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to allow yourself to know. Seventh bad habit: waiting too long to start investing. When I have extra, I'll invest. But it never happens, right? Because the perfect moment doesn't exist. And postponing is a dangerous habit. Solution: invest a little, but invest with intention. $20 with awareness is worth more than 1,000 with fear. And when you already have a financial reserve, that safety mattress dash, it's time to make money work for you. Start investing this money and diversify your investments to deal with the various situations that life can present. Avoid letting money sit in the bank. Inflation is real, which means you're essentially losing money every year. I myself have a mix of safer investments and others more risky that I am willing to lose. Start studying different investment strategies as soon as you have saved enough. Don't leave more money than necessary in a bank account. Habit 8. Raising the standard of living. Every time income increases, you earn a little more. And soon comes an upgrade. New phone, new car, bigger house. But in the end, the balance remains the same. And the heart still tight. Solution: when your income grows, hold on. Breathe. Maintain your standard for a while. Use the difference to invest, pay off debts, build reserves. Freedom is having choices, not showing off. Habit 9. Avoid talking about money with loved ones. Money is still taboo. But when we don't talk, creates tension, misunderstanding, conflict. Talking about money is talking about security, limits, dreams. Bring lightness to this dialogue. Build agreements with care. Put fears on the table, and dreams as well. Love grows when there's truth. In conclusion, a lighter life starts with conscious choices. Eliminating these habits is not about getting rich overnight. It's about starting to live more lightly. It's about sleeping peacefully, shopping guilt-free, planning without anxiety, and looking to the future with a smile. It's not about controlling every penny, but taking care of the energy that moves your life. Money. You deserve a life where money is not a source of burden, but an instrument of peace. Start small. Choose a habit to transform today. And let the rest come with time, with patience, with love, with you at the center of everything. If this message touched your heart, share it with someone who also deserves to live with more lightness and prosperity. And tell me here in the comments, what habit will you leave behind? And what new step will you choose to take today? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to allow yourself to change. And that change begins now.